Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Tanya, and this is my daughter Savannah. Today is a therapy update video for you guys. So
It's been a while.
It's been a little while. Because the last time she didn't want to share her therapy appointment with you guys, which is totally fine. So today she's going to share with us how her therapy appointment went. How'd it go?
I updated her on like one of my friendships because there was a bit of a bump in the road, but we moved past it. So I updated her on that and let her know what happened. And she said, that's good, but I just need to be cautious, of like the future and make sure I'm not being in a bad friendship, and nothing happens,
Yeah.
I'm not being taken advantage of. Then we talked about how, like, I have really, like, low self-esteem. And so my ex hit me up recently, and he, like, started flirting with me and stuff. And I told her some of the things he was, like, saying, and she was like, he shouldn't talk to you like that. Like, that's not, like, a good way to talk to a girl. And like it's sad that it's like regular. I almost said normalized for women to be like talked to like that. I don't know. I was telling her that like with guys, I have an easy time saying no to them because like it's different with men than it is with like friends. With friends, I want to keep them all, but with guys, the minute you show a sign of being toxic or like I don't like you, then I'm just like, okay, bye. Like I don't need this. But like people always call me picky, and she was like, the word picky is kind of like a bad word. Like it has a bad like meaning behind it kind of, but it's unfair for them to call you picky because you're just looking for someone that's not like that doesn't talk to you vulgar and like stuff like that and like isn't bad. And she was like, it's good that you know your morals and like what you want versus like what you don't want, and like you don't put up with all of that and you stand up for yourself in that aspect.
Mm-hmm.
And like yeah, because we were talking about that, and then I started talking about like my experiences with boys and that like I feel like I'm never gonna find a good guy and like I'll never be in a happy, normal, real relationship. And I feel like guys like keep on like being toxic or like use me or like constantly just want me for like my body or whatever, even if they don't think I'm actually like pretty, because I don't think I'm pretty. And she was like saying that like that's not a good way for guys to talk. And there are actual guys that will treat you good, and you shouldn't just settle for something less than what you want or what you deserve just to like have it, And she was like, I think you know that, and I think you like won't just settle for anything. Because even when I do settle for something I'm not like 100% about, it ends really fast because I'm like, yeah, no, this isn't going well.
You're also young.
Yeah. But like I just really want to like be in a good relationship. Like a real relationship.
Typically, people don't find their soulmates at 16 years old.
I'm not looking for my soulmate though. I just want to be in a happy relationship that's more than like him sending me nudes and stuff like that, because that happens all the time and it's so bad. Like I'm tired of it. Like, and I was telling about, like, I just wish guys could text me and be like, yeah, you have a pretty face, or like, I like your personality, or like, just start a normal conversation with me and not just be like, hey, little mamas, you have a really big butt and you're really hot and let me smash.
I don't understand why guys think that that's what girls want to hear.
It's really not.
It's always been like that for me, too. Like, can't you just say, your face looks really pretty today?
Yeah, and if we get mad, they'll be like, what? That's a compliment. What are you talking? Like, why are you being so rude? That's a compliment. Like, we don't want to hear that. We want to hear, like, you're really funny. I really like your personality. Like, you have a pretty eyes, a pretty smile. We don't want to hear you have a big butt that I want to smash. Like,
yeah, if you're a young guy out there watching this video, I mean, take this advice. Girls don't want to hear that. Like, especially if it's a brand new thing, like, and you're trying to get this girl to like you, don't talk about her body.
Yeah.
Talk about her personality. Say that, just she looks really beautiful today, because that could be a variety of things about her that look beautiful.
Yeah.
And then maybe once you're in a relationship that's been going on for a little bit, then you can be like, wow, that booty looks good today, or,
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, Because for me, all of these guys are just people that I meet on social media that are my age and, like, go to my school or whatever, and we barely talk and they say this stuff. But, like, if I was in already, like, a long-term relationship and, like, hey, you look thick today, like, that's, like, fine. And I'll be like, hey, thanks, so do you. But, like, that's fine then. But these guys are saying all that, because, like, I make a lot of sexual dirty jokes and stuff like that, and I'm not, like, that person that's, like, super uncomfortable with that stuff. But if I barely know you and you're, like, hitting on me in that way, I don't like that.
Yeah.
And because I have
those are not good pickup lines.
Yeah, I have certain past experiences, it makes me more, like, scared about that, and it makes me feel like a lot of guys are using me for my body, you know? So that's why, like...
Did you bring up, like,
yeah,
when you said ex-boyfriend, did you say that he's a toxic guy?
Yeah, I said there was a lot of problems with him. There was a lot of problems with him, but, like...
Did you bring up the thing?
Friends were like, oh, well, maybe, you know, you should give it a chance. What, man?
That's bad advice.
So, yeah. Then we also talked about, like, my OCD and anxiety has been really bad lately. I mean, it always is, but it's been really bad, like, not just, like, my tics, but, like, this obsession of, like, guilt and stuff and, like, feeling like a bad person. And I was talking to her about that, and she told me to do this exercise that I actually did with my previous therapist, because I told her that we did it, and she was like, okay, let's do it, but let's go a little bit further. So it's where you take those thoughts, because your thoughts are not you. Yes, okay, you can't always control the thoughts that pop into your head, but you can control, like, what you do with them, you know? And if a thought pops into your head that you don't want, that's not you, and that doesn't show who you are as a person. That's just the thought, and you need to separate that from yourself. So she told me to create a persona for those. And, like, last time it was super vague. It was, like, just, like, tell me, like, just make a separate person for that person, right? And, like, they're, like, the darkness. But this time she's like, give it a gender, give it a name. And she told me to draw them. So draw, like, my anxiety thoughts and my OCD thoughts as people. And those are, like, those separate people that are not me. And to, like, draw them. And then I can be, like, I can come up with them as, like, their own things, so I can separate them from myself. Does that make sense?
I think that would be good for you, since your OCD is very compartmentalizing things.
Yeah, and so we talked about things, and so I came up with some ideas. I was like, I think, okay, because she even said gender. I do not think of myself as a man, but so I was like, I think of my OCD and anxiety as, like, an alpha male, like, control freak man, like, yeah. Blah, 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 angry, but also, like, depressed, but also, like, dramatic, because he blows everything out of proportion. And she was like, you need to give it a name, but separate names, because OCD and anxiety are separate.
I've seen therapists do this.
Yeah, she was like, so OCD and anxiety are separate, so give them different names. And for me, whenever I think of my OCD, I think of those, like, intrusive thoughts and stuff as kind of, like, evil, and kind of like the devil whispering in your ear what you do and what you're saying and stuff.
Did you name it Lucifer?
And so I named the OCD Lucifer.
I knew it!
And I named... I don't know why this is the first thing that popped into my head, but I named the anxiety Stefan, because that's, like, a soap opera name. And so I was thinking,
I don't know anybody in a soap opera named Stefano,
whatever.
Stefano.
Well, but Stefan, I was like, Stefan is, like, a dramatic name. So, like, my anxiety, I don't like using the word dramatic, 'cause it's not me being dramatic, but my anxiety takes everything to the next level, and Stefan takes everything to the next level. Stefan is extra in that girl. So Stefan is that girl, that extra girl, that negative girl, and then Lucifer is that evil person. So those are my people, and I'm gonna draw them, and maybe next time I'll show you the pictures.
Did you like this, by the way?
Yeah, they're alright. But yeah, so that's, like, that. That's pretty much most of what we talked about.
That was all you did? That was all you talked about?
Pretty much, yeah. We went into a little bit more detail, but, like...
So did you already draw out while you were in there, or do you have to do that when you get home?
When I get home, it's my homework.
That'll be fun
Along
for you.
with taking notes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited. Also, because I also have a lot of time.
I don't know if you mentioned this last time, because we didn't talk about therapy. We didn't do a therapy thing last time, but she had, like, a 13-page
Oh yeah, really quickly though,
Think of
before I
notes.
forget, she told me not to compare my problems to other people because I always do that and I compare myself, and I'm like, well, their problems are way worse than mine. But she was like, there's only one person who's had it the worst in the world and one person who's had it the best in the world, meaning that the rest of us are in the middle. We're always gonna find someone who's had it worse or had it better, and so like there's no point in comparing yourself because like those
It doesn't
are your
matter
valid
anyway.
feelings.
It doesn't matter anyway. You shouldn't compare yourself to others because you have your own feelings to deal with. You don't have to feel their feelings. So
Yeah.
whatever's worse for you or better for you, it's all
Yeah.
about you. It doesn't matter what other people go
Yeah.
through.
Last time and this time and the time before that, and like every time from now on, because I really love this homework, is like write down short little, because like whenever someone tells me like, oh, just journal, I hate that so much because it never helps me and I never stick with it. I do like one journal entry and then I'm just over it. But like with this, it's like really quickly in the middle of your day, if something happens and you're feeling a certain way, write down how you're feeling, write down why, and then rate it. And then you can go back and look through all of the entries and stuff and look through what helped with your feelings, what made your anxiety worse, you know, stuff like that. And so I had like 13 pages of that I printed out last time, and I color coded it because I'm a Virgo.
Here,
And
I'm gonna start driving.
fine. So yeah, I had like 13 pages and it was color coded, and I made it really extra special because I even made a graph because I just wanted to take it to the next level because I like it that way. And yeah, but this time I didn't have the time to do that, so I just like kind of left it messy, and I didn't print it out. But yeah, I really like that homework, so I'm glad that I'm doing that. So yeah, that's like basically it.
Well, it sounds like you had a very positive experience in your therapy this time. Last time was kind of last time was a lot. It was very emotional and like you had a lot of things that you needed to get worked out. That
Yeah.
not that it's not share worthy with other people, like what you were going
Yeah,
through.
and it
but,
wasn't
like,
just like mental illness stuff. It was just like
a lot of
things happening in
personal-
my life
yeah.
that
So
I
if
needed to
anyone
work through.
questions, like that's why. If there's anything that we keep out, it's because it's too personal and she doesn't want to
Yeah.
share that moment.
Usually that has to do with like situations that happen to me. My mental illness struggles, I'm usually like I don't really care about
Right.
sharing those, but yeah.
Right. All right. Well, that is going to wrap up the therapy update for this week. If you like that, go ahead and hit the like button, leave us a comment, and subscribe to my channel. And we will see you next time.
Bye, poopies.